Hey everyone, Zalatakura here. Hope you're all okay and well. Happy Monday, people. I hope you all had a good weekend. We are back with what I believe to be the last part of the demo for Psycho Sleuth. I don't know, I just got this inkling that we're coming towards the end of it now. So we're going to just load up straight in and get on with it. Which one's the most? There. Oh, literally seconds. I don't think it matters too much. We'll just go for our load. The plan is to find out who's in charge of the limb severance. That's the plan anyway. We did an investigation of the room. And now we're looking for Dada because they were the only person that wasn't present for a couple of instances that are a bit curious. So we've gone to go and see her. So let's go. Dada, can you hear me? Loud and clear, human boss. I asked Dada to stay inside and keep watch over Katari. Figures, built by logic, the infirmary was practically soundproof. Unless you pressed your ear right against the door, you couldn't hear a thing. So all I have to do is watch Katari in this room, right? Exactly. If Katari shows even the slightest change while she's lying there, tell me right away. My idea? Create 2 sealed rooms. Both the infirmary and the chamber of offering locked automatically. As long as the keys were safe, no one should have been able to slip in or out. Why make a locked room, Master Lyle? Because both the Dismemberer and the Leader of Logic have reasons to come after Kotari. The Dismemberer could come to cut off Kotari's legs. The Leader, on the other hand, might show up to fulfill her wish. Oh yeah, she got her hands chopped off, didn't she? It's coming back to me now. So if we seal off both rooms, sooner or later, one or both will have to show themselves. The infirmary was meant to protect her, and the chamber of offering, supposedly where the Leader of Logic would appear at midnight. But a locked door alone isn't enough. After all, someone had already lost their legs in the infirmary right under our noses. So we'll need guards posted. Both rooms were put under guard. Silas and Eris stood watch outside the chamber of offering. Dada guarded from inside the infirmary. Honestly, you're the only one who can handle this. You're the only one unaffected by Kotari's Pathosync. Even if she loses control, she won't hurt you. I see. If I can help you, human boss, I'm happy to. If anything happens, I'll let you know right away. Dada was alone in there, but that should have been enough. Outside, it was me and... Hey, why am I stuck on guard duty? Besides, you've got the infirmary key. I'd be more than happy to give it to you right now. No way. What if the Dismemberer targets me? So it's fine if I get targeted, but not you? As long as Lena's safe, nothing else matters. Not that I'd ever say that out loud. By the way, why do you even have the infirmary key? Because I need regular alone time. I asked the proxy saint and she gave it to me so I could use the room whenever I wanted. Why do you need to be alone? That's none of your business. How could it not be? I'm your biggest fan. I want to know everything about you. Then you keep the key. No thanks. You really are infuriating. The offering chamber key was with Eris. The infirmary key was in Alice's hands. With that set up, nothing should have gone wrong. Should have? Don't worry, with this much defense, not even the Dismemberer could get through all of it to reach Katari. Master Lyle, something's wrong with Katari! Already? I grabbed the key from Alice, unlocked the door and rushed inside. What I found waiting was far stranger than the Dismemberer himself. What? Ooh, she's talking!
Hey, who are you? Tell me, what's today's date? What time is it?
Katari had awakened from her death delusion. What the fuck? Dada, head outside and keep watch with Alice. I'll take your spot for now. Understood, human boss. At my word, Dada slipped out without fuss. Lyle, be careful. Alice pulled the infirmary door shut behind her. Now it was just me and Katari.
Geez, has it really been 3 years since the last time I woke up?
Katari, I have a lot of questions for you. Have you met the leader? And who cut off your hands? And most importantly, are you the werewolf this round? I was the hero, which meant I had the right to execute the werewolf. And Katari, both her Pathosync and her very existence, were far too dangerous. If she really was the werewolf, I had to strike now.
Not so fast. You're Lyle, right? Have you ever heard this name before?
Then she spoke a name I'd never heard in my life. No? Who is it?
My dead mother. I wanted to know how her funeral went, but I guess you wouldn't know either. I even hoped I could visit her grave, just once, but it seems I won't get the chance in this lifetime.
When did your mother pass away?
About 10 years ago, I think. My waking moments are too brief. I was never sure.
10 years ago? Then how old are you now?
30. Maybe 40?
Wait, you're way older than me.
Because my time stopped at 18. From where I stand, you really are older than me. Ever since I was diagnosed with Cotard's delusion at 18, my life has been frozen in that year. I'm forever 18, you know.
She joked, bitter and self-mocking. Even with her hands gone, trapped in an endless death delusion, she laughed so easily. What happened to you?
It all began when I turned 18.
Story time.
I was diagnosed with a rare illness. My heart was slowly failing. The doctors said I had, at most, a year to live. If you were my parents, what would you have done?
I'll find a way to save you.
But every doctor said there was nothing they could do.
I'll throw everything I've got at it, so long as there's even the faintest hope.
That's exactly what my parents thought. In the end, they turned to logic. With the leader's help, Cotard's delusion was implanted in my mind, turning me into a Pathosync user.
Wow, that's bonkers. Wait, so you've met the leader? What did they look like?
When I was becoming a Pathosync user, I met them many times. But strangely, I can't remember their face at all.
That's impossible.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't recall, as if that person never existed to begin with.
This further confirmed that the leader must be a Pathosync user.
But why would they have to implant a death delusion just to save you? Because cognition can shape the body. The death delusion forces my vital signs to slow down to almost nothing, nearly shutting me off completely. I was only given a year to live, but this way, I managed to stretch that time. Like cryosleep.
Oh, that's him. Like cryosleep or something.
Exactly. To stay alive, I had to keep on dying. My parents hoped that someday medicine would find a cure for me.
But looking at you now, it's obvious things didn't turn out the way they planned.
That's right. Do you know why my death delusion triggers the moment someone touches me? Because I can feel the warmth of the living. Whenever I sense the presence of the living, I unconsciously activate my Pathosync against them, plunging them into death. And so, no one wanted to care for me. No one dared to come near. In the end, only my parents remained.
I never had parents. I wouldn't even know what that kind of love feels like. But still, they must have really loved you, right?
They did. But in the end, that love dragged them into despair. Even though I was still breathing, I was nothing more than a doll that moved. After all these years, I still remember the first time I woke up from the death delusion. By then, about 3 years had passed since I died. When I opened my eyes again, do you know what I saw?
What was it?
My father's funeral.
Why?
No one ever told me. But from the way everyone acted around me, I could have guessed what really happened.
You don't mean... And then a cruel thought struck me. When Katari's father was taking care of her, he accidentally triggered the death delusion Pathosync and then...
Whatever you're imagining, you might be right. But the truth, no one knows anymore.
Katari let out a faint sigh. Or in my case, a yawn. I don't know why I've suddenly started yawning, I'm sorry.
The second time I woke up, my mother told me she regretted everything. The third time, she begged me to go back to normal.
Oh God.
The fourth time, she cried and kept apologizing. The fifth time, she held me tight and said she loved me. The sixth time I opened my eyes in the Grand Cathedral. And now, this is the seventh. And there's no one left around me that I know.
この長い間、私はずっと夢を見続けていた。夢の中ではまだ幼い少女のままで、父と母と幸せに暮らしている。けれど、目を覚ますたびに、それがただの夢だと思い知らされる。まるで世界に取り残されて、死の世界を一人さまよっているみたいに。本当は生き延びるために死の錯覚を抱いたはずなのに、どうして目覚めるたびに私こそが死んでいるように感じてしまうんだろう。ただ生きているという事実のためだけに生きる。そんなのは本当の意味で生きているとは言えない。だから私はこの選抜に参加した。私が本当に願っていること、それは。
Halfway through her words, she just went quiet.
Kotari?
Is she gone again? She's back in that death delusion again. I may not know what a parent's love feels like, but I get what it means to risk everything for someone you care about. If it's for Lena, I'll pay any price. If I could, I really would have liked more time to talk with her. I stepped out, trading places with Dada. So she's gone. Damn! That must be so annoying! Shit. Nothing unusual happened after that. Time slipped by. Ooh. Quiet and heavy. Alice sat there with flawless posture, not a twitch, like she was born for this kind of waiting. Me? I was nodding like an idiot, fighting off the drowsiness clawing at me. Me too, bro. Me too. Wonder how the others are holding up. The Chamber of Offering was in Eris and Silas's hands. That should have been fine. They were probably the most dependable pair in this whole selection. Everyone else? Yeah, not so reassuring. But speaking of Eris...
じゃあ、質問を変える。何をすれば真実を吐く気になる？
Oh yeah, she wanted to ask you the truth about the orphanage, right? She's been digging into the orphanage fire from years ago all this time. What kind of a lie could I spin that she'd actually swallow?
What was that sound?
Dada, what's going on in there? Even though I shouted like this, Dada inside didn't respond. I immediately leaned forward, pressing my ear against the infirmary door to listen for any movement, but I couldn't hear anything. I'm coming in, Dada. Katari! They've chopped your arms off! Again! And your legs this time! Katari's lower legs, they've been cut off. No way! How the hell did this happen? No, get it together. Stay calm. Katari's not dead yet. This is just the Dismemberer's second act. I've got to dig up a clue that ties back to them fast. Dada, you're right. And for some reason, Dada was out cold. No matter how many times I called, she wouldn't wake. Was it the killer? Did they knock her out? Huh? What's this? Blood. Her chin and chest were smeared with blood. But there wasn't a single wound on her body. The hell happened here? Come on, man. Stop piecing it together. She's, I don't know, vampire parrot? I don't know. Poor girl. I remember Kotari's hands were still bandaged last time. Why are the wrappings undone now? And her poor little leggies. Still not much blood. I think that's the only saving grace with her, bless her. The cut's perfectly clean. Must have been done with the nano vibration blade. Same as the last Believer case. No weapon left behind at the scene. Next, the legs and another sea angel with its limbs cut off. How did the Dismemberer even get into the locked room and leave that message without us noticing? Shouldn't we start questioning Dada at this point? How much time does it say? Exactly 12 noon. Oh, you're not going to tell me if time... How much time has passed since then? There's... Oh, the bandages are all on the floor. These bloody bandages, they must have been the ones that used to wrap Kotari's hands. But why undo them and toss them here? I'm going to say that blood bloody everywhere! Considering she's not supposed to cause much bleeding problems. Did you see what happened during the murder?
I already told you. Neither I nor the Believer interfered. We only witnessed the killings. We don't help anyone.
Oh, God. Anything else? Oh, no. What's this pool of blood here? If Kotari's the only one injured, then that means her lower legs must have been severed here. But why drag her over here just to do it in this spot? I don't know, you tell me, bruh. Okay. There's nothing else to say, there's nothing else. No. There's no way it's just gone. This makes no sense. Something that should be here is completely gone, no matter where I look. What's missing? Hands. The legs? Her legs aren't here. Her hands weren't here last time. But her legs aren't here either. And the box had her hands in. So her legs aren't here. So where have her legs gone? There's no way it just vanished. There's no way in here you could possibly hide Kotari's severed lower legs. Don't tell me. Her severed lower legs. Could they have been... A terrifying thought hit me.
I'll handle Dada in the infirmary. You go, now.
Keep your eyes on the door. Don't let anyone in. I had 1,000 questions for Dada, but right now every second mattered. I burned the infirmary scene into my memory. Once I made sure the door was locked tight, I sprinted straight to the Chamber of Offering. So if her legs are not there... Or in there. What's going on? You look unusually shaken. What's going on? It's noon. Did either of you see anyone or anything suspicious? Nothing. Everything's normal. Eris, open the door. Open the Chamber of Offering now. I need to check on the alabaster box. Understood. Years of working together, Eris didn't need to ask what happened. There's her legs. Or her feet. Am I dreaming? Why? Why are Kotari's severed lower legs in here? So you're telling me the dismemberer slipped in and out of 2 sealed rooms like smoke, cut off Kotari's legs, and stuffed them into the alabaster box? Impossible. There has to be something we missed. A crucial detail. Is there a panel? A window? Panel? Window? Something. It's 5 minutes. Time is now 12:05. What time did you first notice Kotari's severed lower legs were missing? Exactly noon. Are you certain it was noon? Positive. Remember that strange writing we saw in the alabaster box? Wait, you mean if it... I'm gonna sneeze. Oh! Excuse me. If it meant Kotari's severed lower legs would automatically be transported into the box at 12 sharp, then that's exactly what just happened. That's insane! You see Angel's pattern? It looks different from when we first got here. Maybe we kicked it out of place during the chaos earlier. Well, it looks like someone smeared the blood a bit more. How did the dismemberer manage to put Kotari's severed lower legs in the box? Wait, don't be so quick to decide. A rushed assumption might be exactly what the dismemberer wants. Isn't it possible those severed lower legs aren't even Kotari's? No, they're definitely hers. Then why are the severed hands? Then where are the severed hands that were in the box before? They're mixed in with the sea of severed arms and lower legs on the floor. Okay. Anything happened while you were guarding the Chamber of Offering? Ray's thought we might be thirsty, so she had Elin bring us some drinks, but what? She sent 20 cups. 20 cups? What? You didn't actually drink them all, did you? I wasn't going to. But Razie must have known. She left a note. Every cup's a different flavour. I made them all myself. So I couldn't let her down. I finished them all. You really can't say no to her, huh? A middle-aged guy like me can't do much. The least I can do is not disappoint the younger ones. Still, after finishing them all, I couldn't hold it in and had to run to the bathroom. So you weren't stationed at the chamber the whole time? Okay. What are you doing here? Huh? When did I end up over here? Oh, after I dropped off the drinks, I must have just zoned out here. He looked like he was sleepwalking. Considering his condition, that wasn't too surprising. What about the others? Where is everyone now? Master's in the Chamber of Audience, bragging to FaZe about all the cold cases he supposedly solved. Figures. He's a detective, he must have some crazy stories. Mostly stuff he picked up from detective shows and movies. Wait, so those stories... Yeah, not his own experiences. You're asking everyone's whereabouts to check alibis, aren't you? While you two were guarding the room, me, Razie, and Lena were just wandering around the Grand Cathedral. If you plotted everyone's positions on the map, it looks something like this. Ooh, thanks for the map. Then why does it say Razie's location is unknown? Didn't you deliver drinks to her? I only saw the note she left and grabbed the drinks from the kitchen. They were already laid out when I got here. So you never actually saw her? That's right. So where's she then? What's going on there? No matter how I pressed her, she wouldn't say a word. Let's talk to one of our more trusted companions. Did anything happen while you were guarding the Chamber of Offering? No. Nobody went in or out. To be safe, Silas even kept peeking through the little window to check inside. Why bother doing that? Because there's still a believer in there? I thought the proxy saint said those NPCs were neutral and wouldn't interfere. That's what she claimed, but you always keep a little suspicion in reserve. Still, that believer didn't actually do anything suspicious. Anything else unusual happen? Unusual, huh? You showing up just to craft yourself an alibi, does that count? Stop talking like I'm already the killer. Brah, she just teasing you. So, right, what else have I not looked at? Oh, the door. Hey, Key. While you were on watch, did this door ever open? No, the key's been inside Dog Lyle the whole time. So the Chamber of Offering has basically been sealed shut the entire time?
Huh?
Technically, yes. Then what if someone stole the key from the dog's stomach? Impossible. It only responds to my voice print. I'm the only one who can command it. So if someone could mimic your voice, they could control the dog.
Huh?
And the only one capable of that is you, isn't it? As long as you understand something, you can recreate it. Anything. If you were the werewolf, or turned malicious, no one could stop you. Why would I ever do that? My greatest wish is world peace, remember? No, your greatest wish is for you and your sister to be out of harm's way. Not world peace, that's for sure. This place looks almost the same as when we locked it. Ooh, whoops, doing the thingy again. Well, except the hand in the alabaster box turned into a lower leg. I really don't want to say this, but this isn't something a human could have done. The impossible scene before has left everyone speechless. Though you remain occupied with your investigation, I have an announcement to deliver. What is it? When the werewolf succeeds in taking a life, I announce it to all. But do you know at what moment that announcement is made? Wasn't that supposed to be when someone found the body? If the body is discovered prematurely, I shall announce it at once. In truth, it is determined by the werewolf. It may be the moment of the killing, the moment of discovery, or even a full 10 minutes thereafter. So as long as it accords with the condition predetermined by the werewolf, I shall inform all participants in the selection. Why bring that up now? Don't tell me. Someone has been killed by the werewolf. You must unmask the werewolf's true identity before the allotted time expires. Once the culprit is ascertained, the two appointed heroes shall cast their votes. Mate! Wait, someone's dead? Who? Given the circumstances, Kotari seems the most likely. She bled out in the infirmary? No way, her blood loss was way slower than normal. That's exactly why I rushed here first to check on her. Then let's hurry to the infirmary. Oh look, we're both back. What's going on, human boss? Dada, you're awake. Did anyone come into the infirmary while we were gone? After you left, no one went in or out. Okay. Then that means Kotari might still be alive. After all, no one should have been able to kill her, and if she had died, it would have been from blood loss, just an accident. Is she... Nah, she did. Why did it have to turn out like this? We had two people guarding the room. Both locked rooms were supposed to be perfect. How the hell did the killer get to Qatari? Even I'm starting to feel a chill down my spine. Don't tell me the culprit's actually something supernatural. The demon that devours human limbs, dragging itself into reality? The Dismemberer. Wow. Conclude your investigation swiftly. Debate and deliberation shall commence in 5 minutes. Yay! It's starting already. The selection must proceed with absolute fairness. Further searching will yield no new clues. So in other words, what we have now is already enough to uncover the truth. That is correct. Use the time that remains to piece together the fragments of the truth. Okay. Great. Right, we'll look at her again first. This poor woman. The nano vibration blade pierced her chest with surgical precision. Looks like that's the weapon that killed Qatari. No doubt about it, her heart was pierced clean through. But what really stands out is her expression. Why after such a brutal death would she be smiling in satisfaction? Yeah, wasn't that a thing though? The killer, the victims of the killer were always smiling. Through severed limbs the Dismemberer shall appear. Alongside that line was the final stage Sea Angel mark. Her death was carried out step by step, 3 deliberate stages. The Limb Reaper has completed its ritual at last. And it's been 5 minutes. I was only gone from the infirmary for 10 minutes? So the Dismemberer infiltrated and struck within that brief window. In just 10 minutes, they slipped past 2 sealed rooms and the guards watching over them? No matter how you look at it, that should have been impossible. Dada, what exactly happened in the infirmary? Why did you collapse? And why is there blood on your lips and chest? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Maybe I was just too exhausted and suddenly blacked out, and when I woke up I was already outside the infirmary. Are you sure you're not hiding something? And that's it? That's all? That's the only thing we can talk to her about? And then she's like, the investigation has ended. I'm like, what the fuck? That little boy has time powers. Oh, the kid? Oh, the kid? Yeah, I know. I think I know who you mean. Yeah. Sorry, just clearing off a message that had come up. Please excuse me. The investigation phase has ended. Begin your deliberations on the identity of the werewolf. That's it? These are the only clues we have? Indeed. And still, we had no clue on how the Dismemberer pulled it off. At the outset, within the Chamber of Purification, no formal space for debate was prepared, for the number of participants was limited. But that shall no longer suffice. For those destined to ascend as gods, the venue must now reflect the gravity of your station. Proceed to the centre of the dining hall. Oh, we're doing Monokuma style now. We get to go to a trial room. Oh, check this out. Oh, Dada. Dada is big. Like, even if not the killer, the fact that they're sort of weird cannibalized stuff? No idea. Seeds of gods chosen for this selection. Here at this council table, the final judgment shall be rendered. As arbiter, I shall restate the rules. Since the heroes failed to strike down the werewolf during the trial phase, should you now fail to name the true culprit, the werewolf shall claim victory by default. Once the consensus is reached regarding the werewolf's identity, I shall reveal the two heroes. Remember this, only with the assent of both heroes can the werewolf be subjugated to purification. 13 seats, 13 participants. Each of you carries a wish, one that everyone can understand. Know that any debate may be your last.
Now, let the final deliberation begin. Unmask the one who would betray humanity to claim godhood.
I love how the little thing at the front is just like, demo over! Bruh! Bruh! I've been streaming for 45 minutes, bruh! Bruh! I didn't realize how close I was last time. Damn. Wow. I thought I'd at least get to do a bit of the trial, but then not be able to choose who the person was. Wow. So guys, I'm really sorry, but this stream is really short today. I thought there would be at least an hour. Maybe a little bit longer, but 45 minutes is apparently all we got, I'm afraid. Okay. In that regard, then, we should discuss the game. I think. Let's discuss the game. I will try and use up a little bit of the time that we haven't normally used, and we'll discuss the game because I've played all of it now, so we can discuss and let's get all comfy. We can do something. Any games you can boot up. Well, I mean, I do want to do a proper outlook on what I think of the game so far, because I've technically played, I'm trying to think now, 3 hours, 4 hours of it. So it's very weird without having the sound in it. Do we just not get sound? No sound? No music? That's just... Wow. So strange. Okay, I guess you're just gonna have to listen to me talking then. I was gonna see if I could just have the music quietly in the background, but apparently that's not the case. I'm not allowed to do that. So, Psycho Sleuth. The overall idea of it is interesting. It takes some, like... the thing is, it's a difficult topic, right? When you're thinking about actual, like, real life diagnosis of people who live with some of these conditions. Obviously, OCD is the first one that comes to mind, which is, depending on the type of, it's a fairly, like, well-known sort of cognitive behavior. One of, like, the calmer ones compared to some of the ones that they've mentioned in here are absolutely insane. But it's definitely like I say, it's tricky to do this correctly with the right information and make it so that you're being true to what the actual cognitive lines of what it is. I'm not doing very well with English today, can you tell? Basically, for something like OCD, you can't make it out to be something that it isn't, so they have to be very factual, but then they're trying to put it into a fantastical setting and make it something that can be utilized. So obviously the type of OCD that Lena has, which is basically just her not being able to tell a lie, is obviously something that they can put into a fantasy setting of the fact that as it's her Pathosync, she is then able to prevent people from lying as well, which is obviously interesting. But some of the others, like obviously the death delusion one, like, I mean, I haven't looked into it like outside of the game, but it might be something for me to consider. Because obviously it has to be real, right? So the thought of me thinking like there's somebody out there in the world that has something that's like a obviously it's not called death delusion, but they have something like that in the real world where their body is just like, their heart rate is just so slow. They're practically like, it's like they're on like a life support machine or something, or maybe even like less than that. So, you know, some of it's crazy to think about. We didn't obviously get to see a lot of people's pathosyncs like come to fruition, which is sort of like, I would have liked to have, even if it wasn't obviously for, because I know they were trying to keep some of it hidden in case they needed to use it further down the line, but obviously maybe using a bit more of, I can't remember the name of the detective now, his name escapes my brain, but obviously his was that he remembers absolutely everything that he's ever experienced or sees or watches. So, you know, him recalling a bit more of that and stuff like that would have been cool. I'm really annoyed though. Like, I would have, I was sort of like sitting there thinking like, I want to figure out what's going on with Dada, but now we can't. It's like, I would have loved to have picked apart Dada, because I don't think her thinking she's not a human is her pathosync. I think she's using that as an excuse. I don't know whether she's the killer, but she's definitely benefiting from the murders, because that's not the first time we've seen her go doolally overseeing blood. Like, I'm wondering if she's like, she's got almost like a vampiric pathosync or something, where she has to like consume like human blood or something, which would be like absolutely bonkers. That's probably, whether that exists or not, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go at this point. I'm interested to see more of the game. I've played enough that I'm interested to see more. It's still a demo, so we have to obviously put that down to, there's a couple of like wording choices for sentences that could have been changed to make it flow a bit better, but this game isn't in English, it's been translated, so you have to give a little bit of leeway for that. But obviously, just for the demo, when the game comes out, it's something that they probably need to just double check and address. I don't know whether they're going to look at getting additional voice actors, or whether they're just going to stick to the Japanese voice actors they've got, which is also totally fine. But I don't know whether they'll have English ones as well as Japanese ones. So that's another way of obviously building the characters, which would be cool. I was getting into the limb severance chapter, to be honest, because like I say, the game is interesting enough that when it comes out, I probably will play it. Like I say, just the tweaks that you get with a demo, so that, and I think animation speed for a couple of things, mostly at the start. I didn't notice it further along as we carried on playing the game. I noticed that the speed of text and stuff was enough that you could read it, or it was to the point where it would come across the screen and then wait for you to click so you could keep going. But a couple of the cutscenes at the very start, the text went by so fast I couldn't read it, as in like just read it to myself, let alone read it out loud for you guys to actually understand what was happening. So I think they'd need to drop the speed of some of those, but either that or have it that it's already been like pre-recorded, so someone reads it to you, so you can just listen to it instead, which would be fine. So yeah, I'm hopeful for the full release of the game, but I don't know when. I don't think they've got a date in mind yet. It's just going to be next year. So I'm going to give this game a solid 7 out of 10 for what I've seen so far. Like I say, I'm interested to see more. And obviously it just depends on how they're going to build from it over time, because the idea is that you want to keep the chapters interesting with the stuff that they're doing. So I think that's all I got. That's all I can sort of think of to say. 7 out of 10 game so far. Looking forward to seeing some more. Gotta wait till next year though. So yeah, this was the shortest game in or rather the shortest stream in human history, should I say, not the shortest game, the shortest stream. This was definitely not a short demo. So I mean, we have to give props to that because it's good to have a demo. I mean, most demos now between half an hour to an hour and a half, 2 hours max, and this was definitely more than that, about 3 hours, 4 hours. So that's always nice. You can really get your teeth into stuff like this. So it is very good, very good. Like I say, looking forward to seeing what happens with the release of the game.